And the question I got for Bobby is, I was wondering, Bobby, if you could touch on immortality a little bit and tell me how we can somehow, you know, try to obtain immortality.
Well, the immortality that we talk about, a lot of mythologies get mixed up. Immortality, the ultimate immortality is not really done in the physical body. Actually, death is graduation. Now there are masters on the earth that would have to stay around for 300 years or something like that, and that was only because they had students and they couldn't find a master or an adept on the level to leave the school behind, so that person, until they found someone on the level of spirituality that could be the next teacher, until that particular teacher had to stay around. They have had cases of people staying around for 300 years, just regenerating the cells, you see, for 300 years, just so that they could, because there was no one around to teach the school. You could also get this story, because I like to give bibliography. You get the book, the autobiography of a yogi. And I think it was a guy in the autobiography of a yogi by Yogananda. And there was a guy that lived in India in the 1800s, and he was 300 years old, and he was 300 pounds. He was 100 pounds for each year. And so he'd walk around naked, and the police would lock him up. And as soon as they lock him up, someone would run into the jailhouse and go, "Hey, there's a naked man meditating on top of the jail," because he was so powerful he could just basically dematerialize his cells and just go to and just basically materialize where he wanted to materialize. This is a true story. You see what I'm saying? So they would say, "Well, this naked man is meditating on the jail," and they would go him and get him down, and he would do it again, and they would let him out. And basically, he would go and teach the students, and then after he would teach them for so many, maybe about a month or so, he would go under the ocean and sleep under the ocean. He would sleep under the ocean maybe 3-4 months, and he would come back up under the ocean. And when he came out of the ocean, they has to give him big buckets of milk, and big buckets of milk. And the only reason why he was around is because they couldn't find an adept. You see what I'm saying? A spiritual teacher to take over the school. So that's, that might seem like immortality, but that's really kind of, it's a burden, because the Egyptians used to say, "Foolish are the long-lived." You see what I'm saying? They say it is the Eleusinian fields that we seek, which was talking about the other dimension and the other world, which was the real world. Who wants to stay around in the illusionary world, which is only a series of events? It's not even real.
Right.
So the immortality they're talking about ultimately is talking about death.
Oh, okay.
Let me give you an example. Have you noticed that all the people that die, now we get people that die every 5 minutes on the earth plane, maybe 5 seconds. We got them born every 5 seconds. We got them dying every 5 seconds. Of all the people that check out of here on every second, why we don't have a bastion of people trying to get back down here? Think about that. You might have some ghosts that's disincarnated and confused, but my point here is, if this was real, your mama, your daddy, and all the rest of them would be knocking on the door trying to get back up in here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And the only reason and the only concern they have is your grieving. It's best not to grieve when they die, because you stop their process. But they're in the other world chilling. You see, my mother, when she made the transition, I got in touch with her maybe 30 minutes after she left. She said, "Man, if I would have known this stuff was so awesome over here, hell, I would have been checked out of here." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
You see. So the immortality, now the immortality state that we're talking about here in this particular case, is the goal here is not how immortal you are, but how much of the entity of the God you are becoming. That's the mystery. You see what I'm saying? To elevate on that level, and that's what we're doing. As we speak right now, that's what we're doing. Every voice and every thought that we're taking in our head, we're becoming close and close to immortality or the Godhood or the deities, or what they call the new gods that will rule the omniverse. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's happening at this particular time. That's the greater key. You see. And I'll say this. Any activity that you immerse yourself in down here that you think is important, you're taking away from your godship. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As far as pondering and pandering over identity groups. We've been here for thousands and thousands of years, if not millions. And we are just about any kind of group, so to call ourselves anything but generator, operator, and destroyer. You see what I'm saying? We're just reminiscing over just past events of ourselves. You see what I'm saying? You know, all these identity groups, we're more than those identity groups. You see. And so this is the level we have to get to. You see. Why? Why do we have to do it more than anybody? Because we've been around more than anybody else and longer than anybody else. And just about every group or every other type of thing we call, I said, we've already been there, done that, and got the T-shirt.